Outcome bias refers to the tendency to judge a decision based on the outcome, rather than on the quality of the decision-making process itself. In simpler terms, it means we often judge whether something was a good or bad decision by looking at what happened afterward, rather than considering the information available at the time the decision was made. Imagine a basketball player taking a shot during a game. If the shot goes in, everyone cheers, and the player is praised for making a great decision. However, if the shot misses, people might criticize the player for taking a risky shot. In both scenarios, the decision to take the shot was the same, but the outcome, making or missing the shot, influenced how people perceived the decision. Here are a few examples to illustrate outcome bias. 1. Investment decisions. Suppose someone invests in a stock that was expected to perform well based on thorough research and analysis. If the stock price goes up, people might commend the decision-making skills. However, if the stock price plummets due to unforeseen market changes, the decision might be criticized, even though it was made based on sound information available at the time. 2. Medical treatment choices. A doctor might choose a particular treatment for a patient based on the best available evidence and expertise. If the patient recovers, the doctor's decision is seen as wise. However, if the patient doesn't respond well to the treatment, the decision might be questioned, even if it was the most appropriate choice given the information available. 3. Business strategies. A company might launch a new product after extensive market research and analysis. If the product becomes a bestseller, the decision is hailed as brilliant. Conversely, if the product fails to gain traction in the market due to unforeseen circumstances, the decision might be criticized, even if it was based on solid market data. Outcome bias can cloud our judgment and lead to unfair assessments of decisions. It's important to recognize that just because something worked out well or poorly doesn't necessarily mean the decision-making process was good or bad. Factors beyond our control, chance events, or unpredictable circumstances can heavily influence outcomes. Understanding outcome bias is crucial because it helps us make better judgments and evaluations. Instead of solely focusing on the result, we should analyze the decision-making process itself. This involves considering the information available at the time, the rationale behind the decision, and whether it was based on reasonable and logical thinking. By acknowledging outcome bias, we can become more aware of it in our own thinking and in how we assess others' decisions. It encourages us to focus on the quality of decisions based on the available information and reasoning, rather than being overly influenced by the eventual outcome, which might be influenced by various unpredictable factors. In summary, outcome bias teaches us not to judge decisions solely by their outcomes. It's essential to evaluate decisions based on the information and reasoning available at the time they were made, rather than simply looking at what happened after. This understanding helps in making fairer assessments and improves decision-making processes in various aspects of life.